Now let's turn to the situation in Morocco, because search and rescue teams have reached remote Moroccan mountain towns destroyed by last Friday's earthquake, which killed more than 2,900 people. The 6.8 magnitude quake, stretching from the high Atlas Mountains to the city of Marrakesh, levelled buildings and left survivors homeless and in urgent need of shelter, food and clothing. Well, let's talk from Amiz to Nawal El Mahni, an aid worker with Muslim Hands, and thank you so much for being here on the programme. Tell me, first of all, the scale of the destruction that you've seen at first hand.
Well, it's absolutely horrendous. We are right here in Marrakesh working around the clock to try and do as much as we possibly can to help the survivors. A team from Muslim Hands, including myself, arrived here 24 hours of the earthquake and have been assessing the needs. And this earthquake has been absolutely devastating. The horror stories are absolutely heartbreaking.
They are absolutely heartbreaking, and so many of them. I mean, the randomness of this, with so many people who've perished, others who survived from the same buildings. What stage have you got to in terms of the help that you can to actually give the people there?
Well, our primary focus is to provide people with shelter, water and food. From our needs assessment, these are the most pressing needs right now.
And what proportion of those difficult areas to get to have the authorities, have aid teams managed to actually access so far?
Well, as you probably know, the most affected areas are very remote, and the only way to get through to them is through very narrow roads that have become even narrower since the earthquake. We are trying our very utmost best to try and reach as many people as we can. Only today we've reached 400 families with tents, food and water. And there's more to come tomorrow.
As you're talking to us, we're showing from Amin Talla live pictures of another effort to try to find survivors at this late stage. In terms of teams that you have seen at work, when was the last time they actually managed to pluck somebody alive from under all of this?
Oh my God, that was only half an hour ago, and I witnessed it. It was a horrific sight. So many stories I've witnessed while here. I spoke to a 9-year-old boy who so bravely spoke about how he held his mother's hand while the rest of her body was under the rubble, and simply watched her die. Also today, earlier on, while I was up in the mountains, another story emerged, and that was of a father who's had to make a difficult choice between trying to save his 17-year-old son or his parents. I mean, hearing these stories and being a mother myself, I felt absolutely, heartbroken. And it's impossible to not be crushed under this kind of suffering.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely heartbreaking stories. Nawal, we have to leave it there, but thank you for taking time to speak to us here on BBC News. Thank you.
Thank you.